Good day, everybody. This is Lone Eagle 112358. Thank you for joining me today. Appreciate it so very, very, very much. Really do. Choose with love. You're not alone. Alright, guys, let's get right into this. We got so many emails and Facebook notifications about this, so a big shout out to everyone. There's way too many to wait. This is the most I've gotten for one subject so far. Alright, so we're going to jump right into this, but a big shout out to everybody on Facebook and YouTube and Reddit. Everybody's reaching out. Thank you very much. This is not something I discovered, but this is just something that's out there and I need to cover it because this is what we do on this channel, right? Alright, let's get right into this. So, what we've got here, let me turn that back on. Just a quick recap. A recap onto the Mandela world and what has changed. So what we've got there, let me turn off this grid, that's really annoying. Okay, we got Europe here and Africa here. Two continents. Now, I'll just leave this here and minimize it a bit. Now, my theory is that Africa used to cut across like this and come down like that somewhere. It doesn't matter the southern part, I'm just talking about the northern part, and that all of this part of Africa is new. But I'm saying that also that all the countries within Africa got bigger, you know, pushing the land up. I'm not saying Morocco is new. Morocco, I've always known about Morocco. I've always known about all these countries here, okay? Algeria, Libya, all of these, okay? I've known about all of them. It's just they must have gotten bigger pushing the continent further north, because I've always known this part right here. I've always gone to Egypt here, and it's always been flat with the top of Africa. It was always flat like that. I've always seen it. Muscle memory, okay? It's in my mind. So that's, I could say, I say it with 100% certainty. Sorry for getting caught up on my words here. I'm just really excited that not these countries are new, but this part of land is new. These countries are real. They've always been there, but the countries must have gotten bigger somewhere along in here, and the northern countries as well. Why am I saying this? Because, all right, let me put it here. Because there used to be a giant gap here, and we called it the Gibraltar Strait. And in the middle of this Gibraltar Strait was a rock called Gibraltar Rock. This still exists. It's right here. I'm showing you guys right here. This was a, I don't know the proper term for it, but a military stronghold or something like that. That rock used to be situated right here in the middle of the Mediterranean, or no, I'm sorry, the Gibraltar Strait, leading up to the Mediterranean Sea. So it used to be right there. Let's pretend that Spain is right here and Africa is right here, which they are, but let's pretend the coasts have receded, and then the Gibraltar Rock would be right here. Now, why was this so important? Well, because Gibraltar Rocks stopped any kind of outside attack coming in order to get to Rome or any of these countries that were within here, these powerhouses within the Mediterranean Sea. You had to sail in through Gibraltar Strait, and that rock basically was like a signal house. As soon as people saw people coming in, you know, as soon as these guys saw people coming in, they sent out word, boom, and then all the surrounding armies that all around here, boom, attacked. Nobody even thought about coming in there. Anyhow, that's the history of that. That's the importance of Gibraltar Rock. Now it's no longer important, okay? There's no need for that. Now, like I said, my theory is that this is all new land, not new countries, but new land. And the same goes for Europe. What happened in Europe, though, was different. Europe is shrinking. But what happened with Europe is that Spain right here used to be up here more. This bay we see right here. Is there a name with this? Usually a name will pop up. I don't see one. If anybody knows the name of this, please let me know in the comment section below. This bay right here is new. It might have been smaller on the top if Spain is connected up here. There might have been a smaller bay, and then the bay just got bigger, and well, it did get bigger. Same thing we see over here with Monterey Bay. I got confirmed lots of times, especially by, you know, Life Matrix was around this area too. He's like, yeah, man, this is Monterey Bay. Yeah, the tags aren't on. There's something going on here. Hold on. There we go. Monterey Bay. It used to be a small bay. Now it's a larger bay because the land is growing out around it. Okay, it used to be a smaller bay, but now you can see it's a bigger bay. I know I'm like extremely exaggerating, but that's because the land on each side is growing out, closing the bay in. We're seeing the same thing happen up here in Northern Europe. Oh, there we go. Bay of Biscay. There we go. See, I didn't have my labels on. But so right now the Bay of Biscay is like this. It probably was like this at one time. You know what I mean? So what we have now is Spain dropped this way. It dropped south, closing the gap between Africa and Europe, engulfing the Gibraltar Rock and closing this gap. So it makes, oh yeah, that's why I turned off the labels. It gets a little ridiculous after a while. But it makes sense now why. I'm sorry for all the zooming in, ladies and gentlemen. I know some of you don't like that. That explains why now Ceuta, which is now the town in this little area that is now part of Spain, is now part of Spain because they're so close. It makes total sense now. There's nothing stopping them. So my prediction here, let me turn off everything now that we've seen this. It's really annoying. Borders. I'll turn the borders on. And I'll turn the photos off. So it makes sense that this is here. Now let's look into the history of Ceuta. Now if you look on this side right here, alright, first settled 5th century BC, end of Muslim rule in 1415, ceded to Spain. Now this is the important part. Ceded to Spain January 1st, 1668. Alright, this is during their takeover of the western part of the world, or a little after. Okay, regardless, this has been here for a while, and not for me. Okay, this is brand new, and that's why everybody on all forums all across the media, social media, are talking about this, because this is huge. So a big shout out to whoever found this. I don't know the original source. It's just all over the web, but good job. But let's talk about this red line. Okay, so you see the red line here on Gibraltar? Boom. Well, you see the same thing right here. But why is it red? Why isn't it yellow? Why is it not 100%? Like you see right here. You see the yellow lines all over here. All these other countries are separated by yellow. Well, yellow. Let's take a look here. I pulled up the file. It's just a quick search here. Under borders, check the boxes. I typed in right here in Google, what are the red lines on Google Earth borders? And I got this. Under borders, check the boxes for the types of borders you want to see. International borders, a solid yellow line shows countries. A solid red line shows boundaries disputed by different countries. This is still disputed, okay? This isn't 100% solid yet, okay? And which is funny because this is since 1668, okay? So this town here is autonomous. Now what does autonomous mean? I don't know. This was brand new to me. I'm not going to act like I just made that up or I came up with that.
Autonomous.
See, I had to click that button earlier.
Autonomous.
That's the only reason why I'm saying it the way I'm saying it, because I looked it up. But autonomous, what is that? Well, it's having a self-government, at least to a significant degree, acting independently or having the freedom to do so. Incredible. Since 1668, this has been an autonomous city. Spain, right there, right in Morocco's face, right in the face of Africa. Wow. Okay, wow. I just saw another red line. What is this? See, we gotta look into these red lines. I said this last year. We gotta look into these red lines. What is this? But I never looked into it. Let's type in, let's see. Mel. Oh my god, it's another part of Spain. I'm shit you not. I just typed it in right here. Look, boom. Country, Spain. Wow. I just saw that as this is why I zoom in and out, guys. I don't do it to get you sick. Like I know I can see it's like wow, 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 wow. I do it for my own visual. Like I found that I just saw that now because of all the zooming in I was doing. When I was doing this and looking here, I saw that. I was like, oh, I'll go back to that in a moment. Wow. Now, I haven't read any articles that are on Reddit or anything like that. I just jumped into this. It's what I do. I have too much of my own thing going on here to be reading other articles, but I do that with YouTube videos too. I just see it. I'm like, ooh, I'll look into that more. But regardless, you're seeing, look at this. And it's not just me, guys. A lot of creators do that. They just don't watch other creators. They're too busy doing their own thing. I don't mean to sound rude. Okay, it's not what this is about. But now we've got this right here. And this might have been already covered. That's why I was leading to this. I was like, I didn't read the articles, but this might have already been covered. And this, Ceuta and Melilla. Wow. So what's separating these roads? What's separating these? That looks like a fence. That looks like a fence. Let's drop in. Please tell me you could drop in. Please tell me you could drop in. Nah, Google Earth isn't there. Oh, let's turn on the pictures then. These sad pictures that Google Earth has provided us with. And they still leave it as an option. Like, they're still there up to, like, you know, take them down. Anyways, let's look. Let's look. Oh, there is a fence. You can see the tower there. I don't mean to say tower. It looked like a tower. I don't mean a watchtower, guys. Please don't repeat what I say like that. I'm just running off. I don't mean like a gun tower or anything like that. I just saw like a tower. I'll show you the picture in a minute again. There's the fence. You see it? Wow. Could you imagine that? Remember, since... Oh, yeah, this might have a different history timeline. Let's look into this. Melilla. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Total population, 78,000. Ranked 19th. Official state of autonomy, March 1995. There's 1995 again. Official languages, Spanish. State of autonomy right here, 1995. Now let's look over at Ceuta. And you see, they add the information in here different. They put under different names. Official language, Spanish. See, like, and then you have to find that other name up here, autonomous status right here. See, I don't know why they do that, but 1995 right here, March 14th, 1995. And look, March 14th, 1995. You're telling me that at the same day, they made these two places official? That is weird. So, guys, my research is very limited. Please, can someone look into that? Why around that date that's important? Is there a certain time shift around that date that was important? Something huge happened around then? You know, in the world? I'm unfamiliar with a lot of stuff. That's why, you know, that's why I love this community. We're all branches from different areas, you know? What is this? This is the New Gibraltar Rock? Helicopter pads. Wow, what is that? What does that say? Anybody pick that out? It's all a Navy thing. This is called Alboran Island. I gotta look that up quickly, guys. It's a small islet, in the Arabian Sea, part of the Western Mediterranean. Who owns this? Spain. It doesn't say much on this at all. History. Alboran has been known in air as Albusama, a Spanish possession since 1540. It was taken from the Tunisian pirate Al-Barani in the Battle of Alboran. In the mid-1960s, there were several attempts by Soviet fishing boats to establish a settlement in Alboran, which forced the Spanish army to establish a permanent detachment of Spanish Navy Marines. Well, interesting. Not much else to it, but, you know. Now, I've been to this area a lot to look here. That's standing out for me. It's just this yellow dot. I would have looked at it the way I just did now. Why am I looking into it right now? Because it's sticking out for me. I'm like, oh, is that the new Gibraltar Rock? I would have thought of that a while ago. So that's new. I'm going to start pinning islands in the Mediterranean Sea next after I trace these states. But anyway, guys, listen. I have a feeling, I don't know if I've already said this because I tried to make this video twice, but this red line here is, so this is contested. This is still disputed. This isn't for sure. This isn't 100%, but Spanish is like, F you, we're setting up a flag. Do they have a big tall fence here as well? Let's check that out. Let's go to the city part. It's easier to tell. I don't see one yet, but they could be using the mountain range as a fence. Oh yeah, there's the fence. Same type of fence. You see it. You see the shadow right there. You see it? Right there. Wow. Incredible. My mind is blown. So, what do I take from this? Well, my opinion on this is that the powers of the world are moving down south. I have, well, not the powers of the world, like, because I've always considered Spain and Europe to be like the stronghold of the world, like because you know, you have Spain, right? You got Spain, the UK, and Europe, you know, which had Denmark. These guys were ruling the world, whether we liked it or not. But what's happened since the Mandela effect is that Europe has become much smaller. It's a shriveled up little continent now up near the Arctic Circle. It never used to be up there. So I'm going to show you something. My claim is that Europe used to be up there, or is up there now, but used to be down here more. After our major shift, which saw the south of South America move from here to here, well, we're seeing the same thing with Europe. Old world, it used to be here, and now it's up here. Let me ask you guys a question. If you're this country or this culture is kicking ass all over the world, right? You're Spain and you're the UK, right? Let's just talk about the UK for a bit, okay? Let's pretend you're the UK, you're the king, you're the queen, right? You're kicking ass, right? You're going all over the world, you're kicking ass everywhere, you're getting spices from all over the world, furs, everything, right? Diamonds, pearls, gold, you rule the world. Right? When you're done ruling the world and you go back to enjoy your riches and your wealth. No, not even riches, just your wealth. Right? Are you going to go to a climate that's cold? Because that's exactly what's happening. Okay? Look, this is where Europe is now. Used to be down here, nice and warm. Now it's up there cold. I'm not saying it was blistering hot, but it wasn't a very good climate. Okay? If you look in the news in the last 2 years, you'll notice that it snows a lot now in Scotland. Well, it snowed a lot in Scotland, Ireland, and the UK. They've been getting a lot of snow in the last 2 years. Probably on and off now for the last 10 years. You know? But that's because in our old world, England used to be down there, and now it's right here. You know what I mean? That's a big change. That's a big change in weather. Here's the other thing that I know about why I know this has changed is because in my old world, the weather system used to run like this and go over the UK. That's why it never snowed there and went straight down into Europe. And that's why Europe got a lot of snow. But that's why you never saw snow in Ireland, Scotland, or... I mean, it did snow. I'm not saying it never did. You know, sometimes the path would get skewed up. Maybe one day of the year would go right through it, but never. It always went around, right? But now what you're seeing in the last 2 years is a lot of snow in these regions. You're seeing a lot of record temperatures break. You're seeing a lot of flooding. You're seeing a lot of flooding. Okay, this is all over the world, though. This isn't just situated to this part. So let me ask you. Let's get back to what we were talking about. Is that Europe used to be down here, now it's up here. So what does that do to Africa? Well, Africa used to be down here. Now let's pretend this is where Africa used to be. Notice where the center of the world is, right? Look, boom. Well, it's running through the Sahara, but that's not the case anymore. Look at this. I turn the grid on. Look where the equator is now. Right there, running through the greenest part of Africa, which makes no sense. The Sahara Desert was the hottest place on the earth, or one of the hottest places, because the equator ran through the sandy part, the hot part, the Sahara Desert in the northern part of Africa. But that's not the case anymore. Same thing over here. Look on this part where our continents are on the east, the western part of the world. And my video, I've got 2 videos coming out next, one on the equator and one on Africa. But the same things happen. North America used to be down here. Now it's up here. That's why you're seeing weird weather patterns all over the countries. Everybody's experiencing something different in your town. There's no denying it. It's either getting really hot and there's a lot less rain, or you're getting lots of rain. There's no in between. There's one or the other. It has to be. I'd like to see someone leave a comment and just tell us where you live, not your address, but what state and city you live in, where it has been normal. Nothing has changed for you. It's been this way ever since. I like to hear that, because I like to check out that part of the world, actually. I'm not calling you out. I would genuinely love to hear that. No, it's always been the same here. Nothing's changed. I've always had the same weather, because then I would like to check out that part of the world and find out why it's not changing, you know? But for most part, I've seen it in all my comments. all my videos with all the comment sections. People are saying, yeah, it's either really hot or it's a lot wetter. There's lots to it. We have to start paying attention to the positions of the continents in the world. It's because everything's moved. Everything is moved. So what am I getting at with Spain? Why am I talking about this with Spain? Well, I have a feeling that what we're seeing here, you see all these W or all these wave marks here, you see that say water, right? These nodes. I put those there because as I scan Africa, I've been all over Africa lately, I'm coming across bodies of water. Look at this. And they're hidden. Look at that. Yeah, I actually have to zoom in. Why? Why do I have to zoom in like that? Why don't they just show it from this position, like with all the other lakes around the world? Like, look, you can see the Great Lakes, you can see all these other lakes, all these other bodies of water. I don't know. I don't know what's up with that yet. Are these even bodies of water? I don't know, but when I zoom in, they turn blue. But they're right in the middle of these deserts. I mean, first off, look at this desert. Look how beautiful that is. Look at that. Right? But when you get to the W, it gets blue. Now, if that's not water, I'm all for it. Tell me what that is. Okay? In fact, again, you turn on these pictures, they don't show you anything anymore. Turn them on, but look. Oh, they're already on. And there's none there. Look, see? Yeah. How convenient. Any water over here? Oh, it's a little town. Huh. A little town right in there. Anyway. So where am I getting at? So basically what I have a feeling, because the equator isn't running through the Sahara Desert anymore, making it freaking impossible to live in because of the combination with the sand just reflecting all the heat and all that, is that all this water is starting to appear. And why not, if continents are moving, why not have different types? I've shown you lots, guys. I've shown you lots. Northern Russia and Canada are just flooded with lakes. Flooded. Look at that. Boom. Each one of those blue circles is a lake. Unheard of. So why isn't this possible? Now you're seeing water appear in the middle of the desert, all over the desert. Each one of those. I'm not even done. I'm not even done scanning. These are quick scans. I just zoomed in on random places and saw all this stuff change. Look at this. What is that? What is that? Now, I'm down for it not being water, but I'm down for more information being provided so we could see and know what this stuff is. I mean, it's near these rivers. This is the Nile. You know what I mean? What I'm trying to say is, ladies and gentlemen, is that this climate is going to change right here. It's going to be the new center of the world. I have a feeling, you know. I've got a video coming on Africa, what's happening in Africa, but look at this. So it makes sense that Spain is now ceding to Africa and taking over. I have a feeling you can see that red line start spreading there, and with coordinates with this one in combination, you're going to start seeing Melila. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that up. I tried to look for, I didn't try here. I looked up the other name. That was a little white lie. I apologize. Let's figure out how we pronounce this. I'd really like to know. I don't want to butcher this name up any now. Because I'm going to be saying this a lot. I'm going to be saying this name a lot.
Melilla. Melilla.
Melilla. Melilla. See, I was saying it wrong. So, in coordinates with Melilla and Ceuta, look at that. See that right there? Boom. And right here, boom. What I just said over here, where I have a feeling that red line is going to start getting like this. You're going to start seeing that. It's the same thing is going to happen here. You're going to start seeing this line right here extend. Soon it's going to be like this and like this. I'm only predicting this because I'm starting to see a pattern here now with those two lines. When I first heard about this last week, I immediately went to this. I was like, oh, so with the combination of the water showing up in the northern part of Africa now, with the Tropic of Cancer now running through Africa, or the Sahara Desert, it makes sense that Spain is now creeping over. They're going to this nice environment here. This is going to be, I'm telling you, it's going to be the central hub of the world, guys. This right here. There's going to be a lot of changes happening right here. I mean, look right here, guys. What is this? The Eye of the Sahara. That's part of my electromagnetic universe. I'm saying, hold on, let me start over again. I've always had trouble saying this. Electric magnetic universe. Okay, coming out of a small little series, we're talking about that, but this, it plays a huge part in that. This big circle and this little circle. It's amazing. It's amazing stuff. But there's a lot happening now here. And I have a feeling that, you know, what we call the powers of the world, because I was claiming that, well, if you're ruling the world, why are you going to be in the cold? Because that's exactly where this is now. Look, they're in the cold. So I have a feeling what was up there, all the people, all the whatever, the control, kings, queens, whatever, and we're going to see a shift in control from bad to good, and all this good is going to come here and take over, and this is going to be the new Atlantis type of deal. Maybe this is the Atlantis with all these other islands right here. That's for another video, though. Okay, guys, we're at the 30-minute mark. I didn't mean to look at this. You see, there's another contested line. Western Sahara. Wow, you see, they're all over Africa. I'm telling you. Look, here's another one. There's another one here. All over. See, there's another red line right there. You see that one? Hold on, there's another one. Yeah, there's another one right there. Somalia. This is the other one right there. It's huge. I don't know why Somalia has one with Ethiopia. That's very interesting. Ethiopia and Somalia. That's a huge one too. Wow. Look, another one right here. I've seen these red lines before. I just didn't know what they meant. And this one's got me. Look at this. This is pretty weird. It's like they intercross with each other. I'm like, why'd you do that? But again, just there's a lot of this going on. We're gonna look into these red lines. I'm making an Africa video. We're gonna talk about the Sahara Desert some more. What's happening in there? Gonna talk about how Africa is changing shapes. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. It looks like another part of the world. It's starting to change. I'm showing reoccurring patterns in the world. So stay tuned for that. But more, we're going to talk more about this. This is a big subject right here. This is huge. This is groundbreaking, this here. So just wanted to touch up on this. This will be the first video on this subject. Thank you very much. I got some new buttons here I want to play with. I'll show you. Boom, you see that? Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you. Choose with love. But seriously, everybody, thank you very much for all the help and support on this channel. Don't forget about the other channels too. Show some love and support for everybody. Thank you very much, everybody reaching out and wanting me to cover this subject. I finally covered it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's very important. Covering it now specifically because it's tying in with my other theories that I have that's going on with Europe, and this just solidified it. This is amazing. So stay tuned for that. I will be covering this on live streams this week as well, so stay tuned for that as well. And I think that's it. Alright guys, I will catch you on the next shift. Don't forget to love yourself, love your neighbor. I love you very much. Times are getting... They get rough, but they get rough only if your foundation is a little weak, and we can make that stronger just by choosing with love and remembering that you are not alone. Remember that there's a field that we're all connected to. I don't know what that field's called. I call them layers, but you may be physically alone on this planet. I am alone most of the day. It doesn't bother me because I know I'm connected with you guys. I feel it inside, okay? So that's what I'm talking about. You are not alone. Just open up. You feel the love, all right? And I'm not talking about some new age hippie shit. You guys, shame on you for calling me that. But anyway, I love you guys so very much. I'm still praying all the time, letting you guys know that I pray 4 or 5 times a day. That number gets higher and higher. I just say the Lord's Prayer, you know, easily said now, and I feel good about it. Just want to update with you guys on that. I'm also looking into other things too. It's not just Christianity or just religion on itself. There's many more topics we're going to cover, all right? And that's what I be doing. Can't wait to talk about Antarctica. I cannot wait. Anyway, I'm jibber-jabbering, guys. Thank you very much. Love yourself, love your neighbor, and I love you very much. I'll catch you on the next shift. Lone Eagle 112358. Peace. Look at this Spain. It's incredible. That's incredible. Peace.